Happy New Year from your Southern Middle Tennessee community newspapers, the Lawrence County Advocate, Pulaski Citizen, and Main Street Maury. And welcome into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee, the show that highlights Giles, Lawrence, and Maury counties from the pages of your local newspapers. I'm Scott Stewart, publisher of your local newspapers, the Pulaski Citizen, Main Street Maury, and the Lawrence County Advocate. And we are fired up to get this new year going. We'd love for you to get the copy of your local newspaper every single week delivered to your mailbox. And here's how you do it. Call 931-363-3544. Call 615-452-4940. Or call 931-762-1726. Or you can visit PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMurray.com, LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net to find out everything you need to know to get a subscription of your local newspaper, either traditional or online. Well, all you got to do is go to any one of those websites, call any of those numbers for all of our newspapers. So we welcome you to grab a subscription and get that sent to you every week. Now, let's get our weekly wrap started up this week with the Lawrence County Advocate wrap. In the Lawrence County Advocate wrap to start the new year, the news broke on New Year's Day that despite having lost Ranger Rachel out at David Crockett State Park, Ranger Rachel went to the new park over in Lewis County. Lawrence County native Ann Paley has been named the new local state park ranger, and all the details are right there and available at the top of the front page of the Lawrence County Advocate this week. Another exciting announcement on A1 is the hiring of Cosette Wallace, another of Lawrence County's own, as the first managing director of the historic Crockett Theater. We get an update on Santa for Seniors, an update on Lawrence County EMS calls for 2024, and Main Street Media of Tennessee, the Lawrence County Advocate's parent company, has announced that they've been selected to participate in the Report for America Accelerator program in the coming year. It's an amazing opportunity to be on the front lines of new ways to improve our community reporting and more to keep our community newspaper doing what you expect it to do, which is report local news. So we're excited about that. Lawrence County Advocate will be involved in that. Inside, we have an update on Lawrence County Fire and Rescue calls for the past year. Sandy Mashburn shares information on staying warm and safe during this cold weather that has descended upon us. Ann Morrow's monthly ad is back in 2025, and we always love to see what Ann has to share with us each month. So don't miss that this week. Several items inside include awards for the Farm Bureau, the local Farm Bureau, an open house at Compassus, information on legislation from State Senator Paige Wiley, tips on getting the new year off to a healthy start from Southern Tennessee Family Medicine, a Christmas visit to the White House, the Flower Lovers Circle December meeting, a recent visit of the moms of Lawrence County to the Lawrenceburg Rotary Club. And you've got until Friday to sign up for the UT Master Extension Office Master Gardener intern class. And as always, Lawrence County Advocate has local obituaries, local community announcements, government notices, auctions and estate sales, puzzles, and the local church directory. All that and more in your Lawrence County Advocate this week. We'll be right back right after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
So Busy Bee is a very close-knit family. We fight just like every family does. We have arguments, but we always come out with a solution to the problems. We don't just fight about what we want, we fight about what customers need. We want to make sure that every customer we go to is more than satisfied. And that doesn't just start whenever we show up at their door, that starts when we show up every day at work. We want to make sure that we are serving our customers to the best of our ability.
He shoots, and he scores!
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Experience more than 1,000 all-new, handcrafted lanterns, towering creatures, magical worlds, and a North Pole village. At the center of it all, the Smashville Ice Rink. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
So, you want to be a part of the Busy Bee team, huh? Well, how do you see yourself fitting into the organization? Oh, I get it. You want to be a weather bee.
Sherry Deason is the Pulaski Citizen Spotlight this week. You'll find her picture at the top center of the front page and an article about Sherry inside this week's edition. Our wrap starts with the sad news of 2 men killed last week in a head-on crash out on Beaufort Station Road. And then we move to the story of the dedication of a bridge in the memory of Jimmy Newby, also there on the front page. Chandler Harmon brings us a couple of articles from the Giles County Board of Education meeting and the PES Power Board meeting. A lot of good information on both those articles about what's going on in your local government. I would pick that up if you get a chance. Inside, Pulaski celebrated 30 years as a Tree City. It's Realtors Week. Trey Donovan has shared his thoughts on the death of former President Jimmy Carter, and it's a two for this week from Trey as he urges us to start the new year with reflection. A new edition of the Dan to Clear highlights Dan's time among roosters. The Giles County NAACP has scheduled its annual observance of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's Monday, January the 20th. Get all the details inside the Pulaski Citizen this week. Lucky Boy is our GCHA Pet Corner Pet of the Week. Margaret Campbell shares her tips on saving money on groceries. I know we can all use that. And as always, Pulaski Citizen has obituary notices, court docket, property transfers, government public notices, backward glances, funny games, church directory, community briefs, and church briefs. And there's all that and sports. And here's Wade Neely with our sports this week.
What's up, folks? Wade Neely here, sports editor at the Pulaski Citizen. Time now for a look at what's in print and what's online for the January 8th, 2025 edition of the Pulaski Citizen Sports page. Happy New Year to everybody. And we kick things off with a recap from last Friday night where Giles County had an interesting visit as Harriman, Class A school over in East Tennessee, made the trip down for a second straight year. But it's a little bit of a twist as they are coached by Giles County alumnus Shay Shannon, member of that 2003 state championship squad. And this go around, after Giles County fell last year inside Hardin Mayfield, they were much more on the good as they pick up a 68-33 win versus the visiting Blue Devils. It was a top-to-bottom performance for Giles County. They were getting it done with their defense, leading to quick transition buckets, but they were also shooting pretty sharply from beyond the arc as multiple Bobcats had at least 2 3-pointers, including big man Jakaiah Inglet, who buried 2 key triples in the second quarter and really kind of fueled Giles County. They were tied 15-15 after the first, but Giles County was in cruise control after that. And again, a nice win for the Bobcats, who have now won 4 straight and have won 6 of their last 8 ball games as we flip the calendar into 2025. On the other side of town, it was Richland at home on Friday night, and they swept visiting fellow Class A Fayetteville, knocking off the Tigers at home inside Dwight Clark Memorial Gymnasium. And it was a night where, yeah, the superstars got theirs, but also some youngsters got some quality minutes as the ladies kicked things off with a 58-35 victory, and then the boys ran all over the Tigers 75-23. So make sure you check out our coverage of that. Again, it was a great night for the seniors and the juniors, but also we saw some freshmen and sophomores getting in the mix in those Raider victories. Speaking of the Raiders, during that game last Friday night, well, before the game, it was Richland senior Carter Edwards who was inducted officially as the newest member of the 1,000-point club at Richland. He achieved that milestone in the final game of 2024 against Forest, and he was recognized in front of his friends, family, and teammates before they tipped it off versus Fayetteville. Had a pretty good night, too, in that win, scoring a team-high 18 points. So kudos to Carter Edwards. Had a fantastic night and has had a fantastic career in a Raider uniform. The one team we have not mentioned, they played earlier in the week. It was a standalone boys game last Friday night. That's because the Lady Bobcats were in action on Thursday versus Lincoln County. They fell a little bit closer than you might have anticipated versus a really good 4A squad in Lincoln County. 52-46 was your final. Carson Brown and crew could not get it done for GCHS, but make sure you check out our coverage of the Lady Bobcats there. It was a mixed bag, so to speak, as the boys for Giles County got the win, but the ladies again fell on Thursday night. As always, words from our good friend Larry Woody. Make sure you check those out in print. And again, if you missed any of this in print, you can always check it out at PulaskiCitizen.com. That's a recap from January 8, 2025. And I'm Wade Neely saying so long. We'll see you again. And Happy New Year from all of us at the Pulaski Citizen.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
So Busy Bee is a very close-knit family. We fight just like every family does. We have arguments, but we always come out with a solution to the problems. We don't just fight about what we want, we fight about what customers need. We want to make sure that every customer we go to is more than satisfied. And that doesn't just start whenever we show up at their door, that starts when we show up every day at work. We want to make sure that we are serving our customers to the best of our ability.
He shoots, and he scores!
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Experience more than 1,000 all-new, handcrafted lanterns, towering creatures, magical worlds, and a North Pole village. At the center of it all, the Smashville Ice Rink. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
So, you want to be a part of the Busy Bee team, huh? Well, how do you see yourself fitting into the organization? Oh, I get it. You want to be a weather bee.
Hello, Maury County. I'm your dedicated Columbia reporter, Andrew Pearson, and this is Main Street Murray's wrap for the week of January 8th. Our top story, Maury Regional welcomed little Jeremiah Mayberry at 1:20 a.m. on January 1st. As the county's first documented baby born this year, he weighed in at 6 pounds 9 ounces and measured 19.5 inches long. Welcome to the world, bud. County Commissioner Ray Jeter, who represented the 8th District, resigned from the commission this month. His new house in Colioco, which he'd been building for a while, was rezoned outside of his district in 2022. Upon moving in, he gave up his seat on the commission and its subcommittees. The County Commission will nominate replacements this month and choose a new commissioner in February. On February 1st, the Knights of Columbus will host an appreciation dinner for the county sheriff and county and city police of Maury County. Anyone hoping to honor law enforcement officers can attend the dinner, which starts at 6:30 at St. Catherine's Catholic Church in Columbia. Tickets are $20. The Congressional Ethics Committee found that 5th District Congressman Andy Ogles had told different stories at different times about where $320,000 of his campaign dollars had come from. They recommended investigating his finances further. Back in August, Ogles was subpoenaed by the FBI as part of the same investigation. And finally, Franklin police are hunting for a convict who declined to turn himself in. Roy Nicholson of Columbia hit a traffic cop with his car in 2022 when he was pulled over, and this compulsive fugitive failed to show up when he was supposed to begin his 5-year prison sentence. The police are accepting tips and leads right now. On the other side of the fold, the CDC reports high rates of respiratory illness in Middle Tennessee, including flu, RSV, and COVID. State Representative Kelly Kiesling is attempting to pass a 5% tax on lottery tickets to fund schools statewide in the localities where the tickets are sold. Mr. John Cook of Marshall County is celebrating his recovery from pneumonia and sepsis, of which he was cured by doctors and nurses at Maury Regional and Marshall Medical Centers. And our very own Ms. Cheap dropped some wisdom that'll save you money on groceries. That's all of Main Street Maury's news for the week, and we look forward to reporting on the rest this coming year. Our A pages have also got obituaries, coupons, and more, and our B section has the county sports news. Let's go to Maurice Patton for more on those.
Hey, I'm Maurice Patton, sports editor at Main Street Maury. This week's print edition of Main Street Maury, the January 8th edition, is jam-packed with sports activity. We will start with the newest member of Tennessee's boys basketball 3,000 point club, as Alden Slaughter joined that bunch Friday night in Santa Fe's win over at Battle Creek. We've got coverage of how he got there and where he stands in that club. Also, a little unfortunate news, the recent passing of former Columbia Central girls basketball coach Drew Johnson. We've got some coverage of that unfortunate occurrence, as well as the 2024 Main Street Maury All-Area Football Team is in our print edition this week. Be sure and check that out and who made it. Hint, there's a few folks from a certain team that advanced to the Division IIA state championship game on that team. Check and see who. Transfer portal news from college football. Former Summit quarterback Destin Wade is on the move. Check out where he has landed in this week's print edition of Main Street Maury. We've also got coverage of the Tennessee Sports Writers Association's all-state teams for football, all 9 of them. Classes 654, 321, Division IIA, AA, and AAA. All of those are in this week's print edition. Be sure and see if your favorite local guy made those teams. We've also got a little wrestling coverage. There was some wrestling that took place over the holidays. See how some of your local wrestlers came out in a couple of big-time tournaments in the area. And that pretty well caps off our... Oh, there was one basketball game that we managed to cover over the holidays. Independence was in action in a tournament up in Franklin over the holidays. We've got coverage of the Eagles and how they came out against the host team in the Battle for Nashville tournament up at Battleground Academy. So be sure and check that out in the print edition of Main Street Maury. Coming up online at mainstreetmaury.com, we'll have some basketball. We'll have some wrestling. Lot going on as we get back into the swing of things coming out of the holidays. So be sure and check out mainstreetmurray.com for all of that coverage and next week's print edition of Main Street Murray for January 15th. I'm Maurice Patton, sports editor at Main Street Murray. We'll see y'all here next week.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Happy Wednesday to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast. We're going to see a mixture of sunshine and clouds for today here in southern middle Tennessee. Temperatures starting off in the teens and 20s. Bundle up. We have cold air once again for today. At its warmest, temperatures will reach the mid-30s for southern middle Tennessee with just a light breeze out of the north, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Nothing compared to the wind chills we experienced back on Monday. But throughout the rest of today, we stay nice and dry again, just very, very chilly as temperatures get down into the upper teens once again for tonight. And then for your Thursday, we're going to start things off nice and calm. Temperatures reach the mid-30s, but then Thursday night is when we start to watch for some wintry weather to impact southern middle Tennessee. We're talking a good chance of accumulating snow causing travel impacts all throughout the day on Friday as temperatures likely stay right at freezing or just below freezing. So yes, we are expecting snow for southern middle Tennessee and we are expecting accumulations. Stay tuned to the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel. We will keep you updated on just how much snow we are expecting as well as any more fine-tuned details for the forecast. We will continue to see a cloud cover linger for Saturday with a few lingering flurries and again some lingering travel impacts as well as temperatures are just right at or just above freezing, and then we will see those temperatures get sub-freezing overnight, so you will watch for again lingering travel impacts into the weekend.
Well, that's it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Make sure you get a copy of your local newspaper online or traditional newspaper so you don't miss a minute of the local coverage that we've got lined up for you. For more information on subscribing to any of our local newspapers, visit mainstreetmediatn.com. That's mainstreetmediatn.com. Again, thank you for trusting us as your source for local news, events, sports, and information. And good Lord willing, we'll be right back here next week with Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
So Busy Bee is a very close-knit family. We fight just like every family does. We have arguments, but we always come out with a solution to the problems. We don't just fight about what we want, we fight about what customers need. We want to make sure that every customer we go to is more than satisfied. And that doesn't just start whenever we show up at their door, that starts when we show up every day at work. We want to make sure that we are serving our customers to the best of our ability.
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Experience more than 1,000 all-new, handcrafted lanterns, towering creatures, magical worlds, and a North Pole village. At the center of it all, the Smashville Ice Rink. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
So, you want to be a part of the Busy Bee team, huh? Well, how do you see yourself fitting into the organization? Oh, I get it. You want to be a weather bee.